But I got a couple female celebrities I talk on the phone with from time to time. It ain't none of y'all business because they too big and too popular, and I got too much respect for them to ever mention their name. But I got a couple female celebrities. You know, we call, we flirt, we message. You know. I got a couple multi-millionaire queens we bounce off. But I know it's not a good social match for me, because I'm unapologetically African. So if I end up in a relationship with her, there's things she do that are contradictory to what I stand for. So I can respect her and I can honor her. We might even have a cup of milk and cookies. You know, one of these cold winter nights, we might, you know, cuddle up with a warm cup of chocolate milk and some chocolate cookies. You understand me? If anybody know about me and another woman being physical, she ran her damn mouth. It never comes from me. I respect the black woman too much to chat about our personals. If she wanted to bless me with a royal cookie, nobody would ever know except me, her, and the ancestors until she runs her damn mouth. So let's talk about why so many attractive black people are single. Okay. Number one, a lot of black people are tired of the bullshit. Big reason why people single. They are tired of running into toxic Negroes. A lot of us are unhappy. A lot of us are unhealthy. And too many of us use dating as a distraction from dealing with our own psychological and emotional issues. So a lot of people are single by choice. A lot of people are single by choice. And some people are mature enough to recognize that if they just came out of a serious relationship, they need to take time and heal thyself. Okay? Some people recognize coming out of a relationship, they need to take time to heal thyself and be by thyself. Okay? Before they go out trying to meet a new person. Because in order to heal thyself, you have to learn how to be by thyself. Do you understand me? I want you to understand, overstand, and understand me. This is Ifatunde, the therapist, talking right now. The revolutionary general hat is off. I got my therapist cap on. In order to heal thyself, you have to learn how to be by thyself. Let me say it again, because y'all don't understand me. Let me say it again, because y'all don't understand me. In order to heal thyself, you have to learn how to be by thyself. Do you understand? You want to interview me? I charge. Interviews charge. Unless you're a major platform. Unless you're a major platform, $100 telephone interview, $250 for a video. $100 telephone interview, $250 video interview. $100 telephone interview, $250 video interview. You can text me or email me. So people tired of the bullshit. They tired of running into spiritual vampires. They tired of running into people who don't know what they want. Or they tired of running into people who don't want nothing at all. Okay? Okay? Now let me say this to my beautiful African queens. And this applies to the men to an extent as well. If you dating a goal-driven person, the worst thing you can do is keep distracting them with your romantic needs. Okay? People with big goals in life don't have time to focus on you all day. So if some of you think you want to date somebody with big goals until you realize that you will not be the center of their attention 24 hours a day. If you need to be the center of somebody's attention, find you a regular 9-to-5 brother. Find you a regular 9-to-5 sister. Do not try to get a big game person to be your mate if you ain't got a big game personality. You understand me? Jay-Z and Beyonce might only see each other sometimes once a month. Sometimes. You understand? Because she got a life of her own and he got a life of his own. You understand me? So if you're dealing with somebody on that level, you can't be expecting to have no regular everyday relationship. Date somebody on your level. Stop going above thinking you want that when you don't have the personality or emotional discipline to handle that. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. $ FDMG School on the Cash App. FDMG Academy on the PayPal. $ FDMG School on the Cash App. $ FDMG School on the PayPal. So they tired of the bullshit. And dating can be dangerous. Dating is dangerous. Dating is dangerous. You can date people, end up getting pregnant or get somebody pregnant, and they expect you to marry them just because they pregnant. And when you don't, they'll try to punish you with your children or child support. Dating can be dangerous. You got people out here who will try to kill you if you leave them. There are Africans dead, rest in peace to them all, because they left a relationship and it cost them their life. And a lot of Africans are single because the sisters don't want to deal with your baby mama drama and the brothers don't want to deal with your baby daddy drama. The sisters don't want to deal with your baby mama drama and the brothers don't want to deal with your baby daddy drama. The sisters don't want to deal with your baby mama drama and the brothers don't want to deal with your baby daddy drama. Because I'm going to tell you right now. If I'm dating you and you got children and your baby daddy ex-husband has unlimited access to your home, he can drop by when he want, come by when he want, call when he want, family, you still belong to him. And y'all should try to work that out. But if you think my wife is going to be another man's concubine, you out of your damn mind. If you think my wife is going to be another man's concubine, you out of your damn mind. If you think I'm going to put a ring on it when you are still your ex-husband's jump off, it's not going down that way, family. And it's the same thing for the sisters. It go both ways. Brothers, get your act together. Sisters, get your act together. Brothers, get your act together. Sisters, get your act together. Okay? Not to mention you got the down low on both sides. You got brothers in love with brothers not being honest with the sisters. And you got sisters in love with sisters not being honest with the brothers. And I'm going to tell you right now, brothers, if you dealing with undercover rainbow queens, that herpes is a major risk factor for our rainbow queens. There's a herpes thing going on in the rainbow queen community. I'm telling you that right now, brothers. And for the sisters, that HIV AIDS thing is rocking off in the rainbow brother community. So you had better be careful. You had better be careful in these streets out here. People are sick, they are unhappy, and they have no problem. People are sick, they are unhappy, and they have no problem dropping their psychological luggage off on your front steps. Lord have mercy. Have you ever met somebody and they seem so normal? Have you ever met somebody and they seem so normal? Have you ever met somebody, they seem so normal, and then about 3 months into it, they got all kind of problems? You like, damn, I thought you was a regular queen. Sisters be like, I thought you was a regular king. You a recovering drug addict. You a recovering rapist. You a recovering this. You did 10 years for armed robbery. You did 10 years for credit card fraud. You got 25 different names. You got 35 different social security. Better be careful in these streets. Better be careful in these streets. Before I get married, my wife to be will have a credit check, a criminal check, and a psychological check. I'm going to say it again. I want y'all to understand, and overstand the prince right now. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand me. Before I jump the ancestral broom, there will be three assessments for my 2 wives. 3 assessments. A credit assessment, a criminal assessment, and a psychological assessment. I want to see your state criminal clearance. I want to see your FBI clearance. I want to see your child abuse. Yes. Yes, I want to see the criminal paperwork and make sure that shit is clean or it has offenses that I can live with. Okay? So we're going to do a criminal background assessment. Then we're going to do a credit assessment. Not that important because I'm going to be the breadwinner, but I still want to see what you're working with. See how many ex-boyfriends you bought cars for. I'm not even looking for credit. I'm looking for mental illness. How many ex-boyfriends you done bought cars for? How many people you done let put houses in your name? Let me know if you was a stash girl. Let me know if you was a stash girl. And the third assessment, psychological. And I might do that my damn self. Third assessment, psychological. Or I might do that my damn self. But I'm not marrying nobody. And I don't recommend you marry nobody in the 21st century if you haven't seen the criminal background, you haven't seen the credit background, and you don't know the psychological background. 3 assessments, mandatory. It will be in the For Sisters Only book. Credit can be repaired. Craziness cannot. Credit can be repaired. Craziness cannot. Credit can be repaired. Craziness cannot. I'm okay, Mark. Do I need to block you, brother? I'm just fine. Do I need to block you? Don't be sarcastic because I'll send your ass to the block party. All right. What's my mind like? You all right there, Keisha J? Don't worry about my mind. Listen to the lesson. So, because so many Africans are unhealthy, we are developing a culture of serial monogamy. I want y'all to hear me on this. Some of y'all need to go back and watch my Kwanzaa relationship seminar I did last December. Some of y'all need to go back and watch my Kwanzaa relationship seminar I did last December. Some of you need to go back and watch my Kwanzaa relationship seminar I did last December. But we are developing a culture. I love you too, Octavia Carter. I love you too, baby. I love you too. I love you too, Octavia. Serial monogamy isn't a good thing for the black community, but a lot of us are becoming that because we're tired of the nonsense, or in a case like mine, I'm just so dedicated to my goals. Serial monogamy, that's when you stop thinking about settling down with your queen or your king, right? A lot of us are in serial monogamy. But see, for me, okay, I know I have to get married for the movement, for the boys, for the school, for the community. So for me, I actually have a forcing function built into my life, and I have to settle down. But serial monogamy is off the hook. We got too many single black folks who ain't thinking about committing to nobody, men and women. A lot of post-divorcees, I know some post-divorcees, you better not even mention the word marriage to them, and that's not good. I know some post-divorcees who you better not even mention the word marriage to them, and that's not good because they have children. And if you are toxic towards marriage, your children will be afraid to commit. If you are toxic towards marriage, your children may be afraid to commit. If you are toxic towards marriage, your children might be afraid to commit. Hey, Hakeem. No, Dion Gray. Octavia belong to me, God. Find you another queen. There's some more on the chat, bro. Octavia mine. You can't take my queens. I'm the prince anyway. I might can take your queen, but you can't take mine. I'm just picking with you, king. I'm just picking with you. Also, a lot of us are turned off by superficial and material requirements. Too many in the black community have superficial and materialistic requirements that have nothing to do with supporting somebody's destiny. Too many superficial and materialistic requirements. There's a YouTuber out there. There's a very popular YouTuber out there, not as popular as me, but there's a very popular YouTuber out there who His whole conversation, and I respect him, and I'm not going to call his name. I respect the brother. His whole conversation is about superficial and materialistic assets. His whole conversation is about superficial and materialistic assets. And you got black women buying into that. Literally focusing on the exterior of it all. How do I look? How much money do I make? Brothers and sisters, come on, that's not African. That's not African. Don't get me wrong. It is important, but it's not essential. It is not essential that my woman be 5'5" thick in the thighs. Is that my preferred body type? Of course, 5'5" thick in the thighs is Dr. Umar's preferred body type. I love curvy women. That's me. That's me. I like the jeans tight. That's me. I like the bosoms. That's me. But guess what? If I find a queen, if my queen's supposed to be skinny, extra petite, super slim, am I going to deny my potential mate, my potential empress? Am I going to deny her because she not 5'5" thick in the thighs and curvy? I'm not going to do that. It's important, but it's not essential. It's important, but it's not essential. And we have to separate the two. I'm not having no chats. I'm not having no debates. In the words of the late, great grandmaster teacher and revolutionary Pan-Africanist, Dr. John Henry Clark, I only debate my equals. All others I teach. No disrespect to nobody. But all the people y'all brought before me over the past 20 years begging for a debate, not one has been on my level. Not one has had my credentials. Not one has had my experience. Not one has the global following that I got. So I will not be wasting my time unless you're willing to make a $50,000 donation to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Renovation Fund. In that case, I will debate anybody you want. Getting back to the topic. Getting back to the topic. Hey, Octavia, I'm going to stop joking with you, Octavia, because I don't know how old you are. And I got to be careful because the Me Too is setting all kind of traps out there. The Me Too is setting all kind of traps out there. Let me say this real quick on the R. Kelly case. Let me give you a quick point for you to meditate on regarding the R. Kelly verdict. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand something about the R. Kelly verdict. Let me say this. R. Kelly has not yet been convicted of child pornography, pedophilia, or molestation. Those cases are coming up. But this conviction was not for child pornography, pedophilia, or molestation. I want y'all to listen to me, black men everywhere, unapologetically African alpha males. Listen to me, heterosexual black men. I want y'all to listen. You know there's a war on black masculinity. So why is Dr. Umar bringing up the fact that R. Kelly was not convicted on child pornography, pedophilia, or molestation? Why is that important? You know why that's important? Because he got convicted on racketeering. And he got convicted on the Mann Act. Why is that important for black men to know? Especially our entertainers, especially our moguls, especially our athletes, especially our rappers. Why is it important for them to understand that R. Kelly was not convicted for pedophilia, pornography, or molestation? He was convicted on the Mann Act, which allows you to convict men for assumed transportation of women across state lines for sexual engagement. Let me say that again. The Mann Act allows you to convict men for having women travel across state lines to engage in quote unquote immoral behavior. I don't think y'all understand. That R. Kelly conviction was not about R. Kelly. That was a nail in the coffin of black masculinity. I'm going to say it again. That R. Kelly conviction on racketeering had nothing to do with pedophilia. It had nothing to do with child pornography. He was convicted on racketeering in the Mann Act. In other words, they convicted him because women traveled to spend personal time with that man. Women traveled across state lines to spend personal time with that man. That is something that athletes do every day. Rappers do it. Entertainers do it. Moguls do it. They do it every single day. And the reason I'm bringing this up to my black celebrities out there, if they can convict R. Kelly of racketeering and the Mann Act because women cross state lines to spend time with him, they can do it to you too. They are setting a precedent. This is part of the war on black masculinity. R. Kelly's conviction was not about R. Kelly. It was about black masculinity. R. Kelly's conviction was not about R. Kelly. It was about black masculinity. He was not convicted on none of the child charges. This conviction had nothing to do with pornography or molestation or pedophilia. Nothing at all. Those cases are coming, but this first one wasn't that. This first one was racketeering and violation of the Mann Act. In other words, if the black community lets us get away with this, if the black community lets us get away with this, if the black community lets us get away with this, we'll be able to lock up and incarcerate and convict any black man we want to destroy simply because a woman crossed state lines to spend time with him. I'm not defending R. Kelly. I just simply want to tip your attention to something that you need to understand, and overstand. He was not convicted on the child crimes. Those are coming later. He was convicted on violation of the Mann Act and racketeering, which is a very subjective interpretation of law that says you can punish men for women who travel to see them across state lines. Athletes and entertainers, you had better beware. You're absolutely right. They did the same thing to Jack Johnson. They did the same thing for the first heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson. They did the same thing. To destroy Jack Johnson, they accused him of violating the Mann Act because he was dating them white girls. He was dating them white girls. So guess what, my snow bunny loving brothers? Guess what, my snow bunny loving brothers? I hope you pay attention to that R. Kelly conviction, because if you got these non-African women going across state lines to spend time with you, and the men in their community don't like it, they will catch your ass and they will get you. My black athletes and entertainers who love to spend money with non-African women, having them travel with you around the world, well, guess what? That R. Kelly conviction just proved to you you can go to jail simply because she crossed state lines to give you some mayonnaise. You had better beware. You can go to jail just because she crossed state lines to give you some mayonnaise. John Gruden is a racist. All white people are. I don't know why you guys are so up in arms about John Gruden calling that brother's lips as big as Michelin tires. This is what I always say. Black people would commit suicide. A lot of you coons would commit suicide if you knew what white people really had to say about you behind your back. Some of you would jump off a bridge. You have no idea of the extent of the racist thinking of white folks. You are oblivious to it. You are oblivious. Most Africans in the world are totally oblivious as to what white folks really think of you. Yes. If some of y'all really knew what the Neanderthal nation thought about you, you would commit suicide. Some of you black men, if you really knew what your snow bunny thought about you, what she says about you to her girlfriends, you would probably jump off the damn roof. I'm just giving you the facts. I'm just giving you the facts. Other reasons why we are single. Other reasons why we are single. Constant complaining and nagging. Black women, I'm going to tell you right now. No man loves a nagging, complaining woman. Men don't nag and complain as much as the sisters, but they still do it. Men don't nag and complain as much as the sisters, but you got a lot of beta males who do. But for the black women out there, the quickest way to undermine the peace in a relationship is to constantly nag and complain, which is why I recommend that couples have a weekly meeting. A weekly meeting, same day, same time, every week, to talk about the concerns both of you have about the relationship. If you limit it, if you know when the meeting is, you don't have to toxify the whole environment of the relationship. You can keep your mouth shut until the meeting and express yourself. I really recommend, when I get married, me and my two queens, we're going to sit down and there's a meeting every week. We're going to talk about family business. We're going to talk about emotional business. We're going to talk about what they don't like about me. I'm going to talk about what I don't like about them. They're going to talk about what they don't like about each other. There needs to be a meeting. The rest of the week should be peaceful. The rest of the week should be peaceful because you're carrying out the business of family. There should be a meeting. And only during that meeting do you express all of these disappointments and grievances. Problem with some of y'all, you constantly expressing complaints and grievances all during a relationship. 7 hours, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Yeah, that you can't be happy like that. Cannot be happy like that, brothers and sisters. Now, some sisters are going to say, well, Dr. Umar, if I don't complain, he ain't going to do right. Or he's always doing something wrong. And here's what I say to that. Black woman, if you are telling me, black woman, if you are telling me you are with a man who is so dysfunctional for you that you have to complain and be on his back 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then my question for you is, why are you with him? Same thing for the brothers. You are obviously with the wrong woman if you got to be on her 24 hours a day. If you have a complaint a day, you with the wrong person. You with the wrong person. Why are you with someone who makes you that unhappy? Why are you with someone who makes you that miserable? Nobody should be with a person who you have to coach through the relationship. If I need to coach you through our relationship, I don't need you. I'm not going to be nobody's coach. I'm not going to be the coach. I'm a life coach. I'm not going to be my wife's coach through the relationship. I got to coach you on what to do. Nah, player. I'm with the wrong woman. I'm with the wrong woman. I got to constantly tell you, don't be wearing no weave. I got to constantly tell you, don't be sitting on my homie's laps. I got to constantly tell you, your baby dad shouldn't be pulling up at midnight to see his kids. I'm with the wrong woman. It don't mean she's a bad person. It don't mean she's a bad person, but I'm with the wrong woman. Black woman, it don't mean he's a bad man. You're just with the wrong man. And then we got the issue of this. Some of us have poor social matching skills. Social matching is important. Let's talk about social matching for a minute. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. If you need the flyer for Nat Turner, Norfolk, or Minneapolis, let me know. December 4th, South Florida, Black Man Celebration Dinner Lecture hosted by the Yoruba community. December 4th, South Florida, Broward County, Black Man Celebration Dinner Lecture, men and women included. It's for the whole family. If you need the flyer for Nat Turner, Norfolk, South Florida, or Minneapolis, text me. If you need the flyer for Nat Turner, Norfolk, South Florida, or Minneapolis, please hit me up. Kevin Johnson, do I need to block you, my brother? Sound like you cooning. Kev, you straight? All right. The next comment, you're going to the coon party. So anyway, let's talk about this social matching. Let's talk about these social matching. Social matching means you do a good job of identifying potential mates that are on your level. Let me say it again. Social matching means you do a good job identifying potential mates who are on your same level socially and economically. Okay? Y'all have some things in common. One of the reasons why a lot of women are miserable, you don't do good social matching. Same thing with the brothers. Okay? If you only make 30 grand a year, I'm not saying it's impossible, brother, but why are you trying to date a $500,000 a year female attorney? Do you understand? That's not a good social match. You're working class and she's upper class. Black woman, same thing. If you're trying to date the most successful black man in your community and you're not successful at anything, that's not a good social match. You got to find people on your level. You got to level up. You got to level up. See, you don't have to remake yourself to be what somebody wants. Find people who want you as you are. That's the key. See, some of y'all want to date outside your social economics. You want to date outside your physical attractiveness. You want to date outside your social desirability levels. Why do you want to date outside of your social desirability level? I'm not getting no damn surgery to be more attractive to some woman. I'm going to find women who find me attractive. Date within your social desirability level. It's none of y'all business. But I got a couple female celebrities I talk on the phone with from time to time. It ain't none of y'all business because they too big and too popular, and I got too much respect for them to ever mention their name. But I got a couple female celebrities. You know, we call, we flirt, we message. You know. I got a couple multi-millionaire queens we bounce off. But I know it's not a good social match for me because I'm unapologetically African. So if I end up in a relationship with her, there's things she do that are contradictory to what I stand for. So I can respect her and I can honor her. We might even have a cup of milk and cookies. You know, one of these cold winter nights, we might, cuddle up with a warm cup of chocolate milk and some chocolate cookies. You understand me? But for the most part, that's not a good social match. My lifestyle will contradict hers, and her lifestyle will contradict mine. You got to stay in the same bracket. You got to level up. You got to level up. And then a lot of black women be waiting for men to find them. Stop doing that, black woman. Men we pursue. So men don't wait for women to find us. But a lot of women are waiting for men to find you. That's not good. That's not good. Because some men might find you too attractive to approach. Some men might think you too mean to approach. A lot of very attractive women, a lot of men would never approach you because they think you already taken or you too good to go out on a date with them. It's okay to let a man know you interested. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay to let a man know you interested. Nothing wrong with that. Don't go chasing him. That's where you lose your respect. No chasing. You can let the man know you're interested, but no thirsty behavior. There's a chapter in For Sisters Only called Thirsty Girls Finish Last. There's a chapter in For Sisters Only called Thirsty Girls Finish Last. It's okay to let him know you're interested. Never get thirsty. You understand? And then also, Some of us are too selfish to be in a relationship. Some of us are too damn selfish. If you shy, you better get out of that. A very attractive shy woman will be by herself. You better get out of that shyness. You better get out of that shy crap. Black women can't afford to be shy. Black women can't afford to be shy. Get out of that crap. You see a man you like, let him know. If he don't follow up, it wasn't meant to be. But let him know. Because maybe he didn't think he would have a chance. We got to stop being selfish too. Relationship is about two people. Relationship is about two people, not one person serving the other. See, many of us don't want a male-female relationship. We want a master-slave relationship. Let me say this again. Understand, overstand, and understand me. Understand, overstand, and understand me. Many of us don't want a male-female relationship. We want a master-slave relationship. A lot of brothers ain't looking for no woman to be their equal. A lot of brothers just want a female slave. Do as I say. That's it. Be honest, brothers. A lot of you are looking for a female slave. You don't want a relationship. Relationship is back and forth. Relationship is give and take. Relationship is you got to look out for me. I got to look out for you. Relationship is I'm accountable to you. You accountable to me. A lot of us don't want no relationship. We don't want to be accountable to the other person. We want them to be accountable to us. You're not looking for a male-female relationship. You're looking for a master-slave relationship. And you should say that. You should. I'm looking for a slave. I ain't looking for no relationship. I need a slave. Are you willing to be my slave, sister? Are you willing to be my slave? Master-slave relationship. Some women are looking for male slaves. Some sisters don't respect the black man at all. She ain't trying to work with the black man at all. She ain't trying to be accountable to the black man at all, but she's still heterosexual. She got sexual needs. She needs you to fix stuff around the house. She needs you to go out with her. She might need you to help with the kids, but she's not looking to be accountable to you. She only looking for you to be accountable to her. She's looking for a male slave. A lot of us know people in master-slave relationships. True or false? Every last one of you know of a man or a woman right now who is in a master-slave relationship. They are not in a romance. They think they're in a romance. They think they're in a romance, but they're not in a romance. They are in a master-slave relationship. And if you're in a master-slave relationship, I know you got low self-esteem. I know you got low self-esteem. And then the other reason why a lot of us are single is because we have unrealistic religious requirements. A lot of us have unrealistic religious requirements. He got to be a born-again Christian. She got to be a Hebrew. He got to be a Muslim. They got to be a this. They got to be that. Yo, I'm not requiring my woman be of any particular religion, but she better be dedicated to African liberation. That's it. I care about how she think. I don't care about how she pray, how she builds her relationship with the Creator, but she better have one. Too many black women out here have been brainwashed by the black church. Too many black women out here have been brainwashed by the black church into believing that the marriage can't work or you are sinning against God if your husband is not a Christian or a Muslim. Yep, I'm going to say it again. A lot of black women have been brainwashed by Christianity and Islam into believing that if your husband is not of the same religion, you are sinning against the Lord. And do you know why they brainwash y'all like that, black women? You know why? Because they don't want you to get married. They want you to keep coming to the church. They want you to keep coming to the church and giving your money to the pastor. Because if you get married, you won't be coming to church as much anymore. And some of you won't come to church ever again once you get a husband. You were only going to church to get a husband. You thought you were looking for Jesus, but you was looking for Mr. Just Right. You thought you were looking for Jesus, but you really was looking for Mr. Just Right. And as soon as you found Mr. Just Right, you stopped going to church. That's right. And the pastor don't want you to go to church, so he tells you, don't you date the Muslims. I heard Dr. UMAR into the ancestor stuff. Don't you date no African traditionalists. Don't you date no Seventh-day Adventists. Don't you date no Jehovah. This is what they tell y'all. So the solution to all that is to be African people first. If you practice African family first, you can't go wrong. Problem is you Christian first, you Muslim first, you Jehovah Witness first. Be African first. You won't have those problems. Danielle looking for Mr. right now. Danielle, go take you a nice cold shower, baby. I don't want you to get them cookies away to the wrong brother. I don't want you getting milk from the wrong container, sister. Go get you a nice cold shower, Danielle. Go get you a nice cold shower. Okay? So, you can't be selfish in these streets. You can't be looking for everybody to have the same religious scruples as you. And also, privacy and confidentiality. Women talk too much. Y'all talk too much. Y'all talk too much. Half the women I've dated, I've had to discontinue the relationship because of broken confidentiality. True story. Half the women I've dated since I graduated Millersville University in the year 2000 with my first master's degree, 21 years ago, half the women I've dated, I've had to break it off because of breach of confidentiality. Women, y'all talk too much. You cannot, no man like a big mouth woman. If you got to tell your girlfriend everything, tell your cousin everything, tell your mom everything, I'm not going to want you. Some men might be all right with that. I'm not all right with that. And some men talk too much. Some men got to tell their homies every time they get some cookies. Some men have to tell their homies whenever they get some cookies. I don't do that. My personal intimacies with the queendom, my personal intimacies with the queendom is between me and that queen. I have never ever divulged who I've been intimate with another man. I've never done that. I've never told a brother my intimate business. If somebody is aware of me being with any woman, high school, first college, second college, third college, NAACP years, UNIA years, Team Pan-African years, FDMG years, King of the Consciousness years, if anybody know about me and another woman being physical, she ran her damn mouth. It never comes from me. I respect the black woman too much to chat about our personals. If she wanted to bless me with a royal cookie, nobody would ever know except me, her, and the ancestors until she runs her damn mouth. But what some women do is they want to let other women know that they got a relationship with you, thinking that's going to keep them away from you. No. That make them come even stronger. Okay? Ladies, there's no prescription for promiscuity. Ladies, there is no prescription for promiscuity. Brothers, it's the same way. And then the other reason why a lot of people are single is because a lot of us out here have stalker tendencies. Nobody likes a stalker and a boundary breacher. Let me say this. This is important. This is important. Nobody wants a stalker or a boundary breacher. Nobody wants a stalker or a boundary breacher. What is a boundary breacher? People who do things without your permission. They invade your personal space and your life without permission. Going through your cell phone, going through your mail, going through your email, visiting your mother without you noticing, conversating with your daughter without you noticing, conversating with your son, building friendships with your friends, and you don't know. You're breaching boundaries, and it is not acceptable. You're breaching boundaries, and it is not acceptable. Don't be a stalker showing up at the job, showing up at the lunch, showing up here, showing up there. That is a stalker, and stalkers are mentally unhealthy. Stalkers are mentally unhealthy. Respect people's boundaries. I have one rule. One rule that you can use. It's one rule. The golden rule in relationships for King Kong consciousness. The golden rule in relationships for the Prince of Pan-Africanism is real simple. If I don't do it to you, you are to never do it to me. That's the golden rule. That's the golden rule. If I don't do it to you, you don't do it to me. If I don't come to your house unannounced, you don't come to mine. If I don't go through your cell phone, you don't go through mine. If I don't question your children about where you've been, you won't question my children about where I've been. Make sure your partner understands the golden rule. Make sure your partner understands the golden rule. Another reason people are staying single is because a lot of us have poor sexual hygiene. Poor sexual hygiene. Poor sexual ladies, keep them cookies fresh, smelling good. You know how you go into the corner store, you get you a nice pack of soft batch cookies. You can smell them oatmeal. Oh, smell so good. They so soft. They melt in your mouth. They just cheer your whole day up. Ladies, keep them cookies healthy. Soft, fresh, moist. Just like the cookies in the store. Soft, fresh, moist. Just like the cookies in the store. You gotta have good hygiene. Now, I understand, black women, that the vagina cleans itself out. I understand. That the cookie jar is a self-cleansing organism. I understand this. The cookie jar is a self-cleansing organism. But sometimes you got the douche. Come on now, ladies. Don't be so organic. Don't be such a tree hugger that you don't know when the cookies got a scent, okay, that is not attractive to your mate. Okay? Okay? Keep the breath, brush your teeth, get your dental checkups. But ladies, keep them cookies. Get you a yoni tune-up, take a nice cold bath, turn off the cookie jar once in a while and just rest and get your walls back. If you ain't got no walls, you ain't getting married. I'm telling you that right now. Too many miles on that engine, ladies, it's going to die. You put too many miles on any engine, it's going to die. And some of you ladies got 100 miles left on that goose, and it's going to crack on your ass, okay? Don't nobody want no loosey-goosey. Every brother knew of a woman he would have made his wife, but she had the loosey-goosey. He could not make peace with the loosey-goosey. So ladies, make sure you ain't got no loosey-goosey. And brothers, how you looking for special treats and your balls smell like last week's bologna? How you looking for special treats and your nuts is smelling like old pig fart mixed with funky marshmallow and Swiss cheese meat? Wash your damn balls, boy. Take a damn bath. And it ain't no reason for you to have no damn funky ass balls, because it's easy for us to clean ourselves. It ain't hard for men. Women are internal. We external. And some of y'all ain't working with nothing anyway. It only take you 2 seconds. You could get you a little Barbie doll towel and wipe yourself off. Brothers, a black man ain't got no business smelling down there, bro. Wash your damn balls. What's wrong with your funky ass? Talking about something, she won't go down on me. Can you blame her? Your damn nuts smell like a dead body in the bottom of a trash dumpster. Nigga, wash your damn sack. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. And if you're not circumcised, my brother, I know some of y'all got religious beliefs you can't get circumcised. I understand all that. But an uncircumcised man is going to be a smelly man, my brother, because when you lay with that woman, if you unprotected, or even if you protected, the juices from the condom, the juices from her cookies, you understand, your sweat, your perspiration going to get caught all up in there, my brother. It's hard for a non-circumcised man to stay hygienic down there. Now, I don't know if you can get a circumcision in your 20s. I don't know if you can get a circumcision in your 30s. I guess we got to talk to the doctor. I don't know if there's an age limit on circumcisions, but if you uncircumcised, my brother, you're going to have to be taking some regular baths. You're going to have to take a lot of baths so that water could get in there and clean you out a little bit. Okay? Angela Hawkins, skid marks. Everybody going to have a skid mark once in a while, Angela Hawkins. See, ladies, y'all wear thongs. That's how y'all get away from the skid marks. Your man should at least be able to hit you with a skid mark a year. One skid mark a year. Give him a skid mark a year. One skid mark a year. Because I don't think you want to wear man thongs. You know what I mean? You might not want to wear man thongs. Because, you know, you might get a skid mark too if you got diarrhea that day. Okay? You might be skidding all over the place too. But if it's a regular occurrence, you might... If it's a regular occurrence, either he don't know how to wipe himself or he might be into the bussy. He might be into the bussy because brothers who are into the bussy, you know, they tend to run a little bit. You know, ladies, y'all ussies run and the brothers, they bussies run. So if he running too much, you might got to investigate whether he one of the bussy boys. So I'm just being honest. No disrespect to the rainbows, but you know, you got to look into that. You got to look into that. Brothers and sisters, I got a whole nother message on self-esteem, but I'm not going to get into it tonight. I'm going to save self-esteem for tomorrow, or I might come back a little later. Okay? Any brother who don't think being uncircumcised, any brother who doesn't understand being uncircumcised means you got to clean yourself a little better, then you just in denial. You know what I mean? I'm going to just leave that to you. Okay? I'm going to leave that to you, all right? Because the women can get yeast infections if she dealing with a uncircumcised man because you carrying bacteria, brother. And if her yoni ain't fresh, and you funky, she funky and you funky, if she funky and you funky and the two of y'all make love, you know what's going to happen? The fire alarm system and the sprinkler system going to go off in that damn house. I'm telling you right now. If you funky and she funky, the fire alarm is going to go off. The smoke detectors is going to go off. The carbon dioxide is going to go off. Just clean yourself. Take a bath. Nothing worse than good cookies with the wrong smell. Nothing worse than good cookies with the wrong smell. But I want to end this. Do I want to go another hour and do self-esteem? I don't know. Do I want to go another hour and do self-esteem? I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to come back and do self-esteem a little later. Hit that Cash App for FDMG. If you need to text me, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. This is the Prince. Norfolk, November 12th. Nat Turner, November the 11th. Minneapolis, Minnesota, January 15th. Broward County, South Florida, December the 4th. King Kong.